Man, listen here. Today is all about mental stimulation. Okay, it's all about getting that mind activated so we don't get. You know when they say dogs create destructive behavior because their minds aren't stimulated enough. You have to take them for walks. You have to take them maybe down to the pond to go feed ducks. Maybe sometimes you need to, play with puzzles and do puzzle pieces with your dog. No, see, if you didn't understand what I'm talking about Sarah Boone's dog, Jorge Torres, apparently. Because we're going to go through the second half of Sarah Boone's testimony, and she tells us about all the various activities that they have to do on a daily basis to keep Jorge focused so that he doesn't just lash out and bite somebody, attack somebody, because he really needs that focus. Okay? He really needs that because if he doesn't have that, then he's just a crazy animal who will just destroy things and hurt people, maybe even kill Sarah. But anyways, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and let's check out this complete train wreck. As you may know, she's been convicted in like what, 7 days? That's like record breaking timing. But we're going to go through this and we're going to go through a whole lot more. So stay tuned today, tomorrow, the day after. We're going to break down the Sarah Boone trial. Let's get into this.
Mr. Owens, you may continue your inquiry, sir.
Just
So just to catch you guys up, she was talking about the blind dog, the layout of the house, Jorge beating her, how scared she was, just battered wife, right? Just such a battered spouse, you know what I'm talking about? That's where we left off. And then we went for break and we came back to talk about more of the, the battered hardships that she's gone through. Let's see what she has to say.
based on the court statements. Identification A, I'd like to, this is one of the photographs that we introduced. Is this injury to your ear?
Yes.
And then this is your living room. This is identification C, the blow up.
Yes.
Identification D. TV.
It's all good.
Identification E. That's your arm.
Yes.
Identification F. Is that your knife wound? Identification
You said
G.
Sarah's lawyer did a good job with what he was given. Okay. Yeah, I just don't think it was a good idea to put her on the stand, but I think the only way that this was going to be done was if she was put on the stand. So if there was a lawyer doing anything, it would have had to involve her being on the stand.
Rod.
Yes.
Identification H. This is the eye.
Oh, god damn. Look at her shit. What was she fighting in a real life boxing match? That shit is crazy. That shit is. Sheesh. Bop! That was a follow through. That was a connect and a follow through. Like what the fuck? If that's not black eyeliner, that shit is crazy. I've never gotten a black eye so black before. That is what you call that is a black eye. You know what I'm saying? I've never gotten an eye so black before. Holy shit.
Interrogation. Aye. See your face shot
Yes.
with the lip and the eyebrow.
Oh, nice little forehead shot. Bop! No, that wasn't a punch. That was probably a slice. These two were fucking gladiators, bro. Listen. These two were fucking warriors. Good job. Good fights. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if we were barbarians from back in the day, this would be some good entertainment. What the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Put it on a TV show or something. This shit is insane. You cannot tell me that these two weren't beating each other. Like, I think she got second-degree murder for these charges. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, what do you even do about this? He's hitting her. She's hitting him. Everybody's hitting each other. Look at this shit. Who stays in this type of relationship?
Identification B. And this is the back patio.
Yes.
Camel bounce a little bit. Spin. Let me go back to the night earlier in the evening when I think y'all may have been out on the back patio, and you had suggested to George to call the children, but then I think, did he call his brother, or his brother called George? Do you remember?
George called his brother.
Okay. And you made a statement about tell him something. Explain that to the jury.
That's a good comment, GC. You said, I agree about the eye. It would have been swollen and their eye would have been bloodshot. If you were hit hard a while ago, I would say, okay, the eye doesn't need to be swollen. But if your eyes don't got no red, your eyes don't look like the Christmas tree man, like lit up with red and blue and all types of shit, then that's a good point. Every time I've been hit in the face really hard, or in the head for that matter, or anywhere by my eyes really hard, your eyes get bloodshot than a bitch for days, maybe weeks. Your eyes stay that way. You look like a crazy animal. So the fact that her eyes are that black and she ain't got no red splotches in her eyes, she don't got no blue, red, nothing in her eyes, I don't know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, they showed a picture of Sarah Boone with her black eye. But, you know, whenever it's the person taking pictures of themselves for future evidence, you have to always be careful with that one.
To the jury.
I told him to tell his brother about you choking me the other day. This is a separate choking incident.
Of course.
We had been drinking, and I wanted George to tell him, but he didn't tell him, so I said it in the background, so he would be aware.
What did you tell him?
Tell him why you choked me, or that you choked me.
Okay. Now,
She seems Looks like she was having a full day. She had like a full day plan to go to Walmart and shop and get a whole bunch of groceries and shit, and they just pulled her into court, and now she's just so bothered by it. Like, why are you giving the jury, the people who hold your life in their hands, this type of attitude? I'm not even getting questioned. I'm just over in the side looking. I'm just a juror, and I feel like you have an attitude with me. Why you have an attitude with me? I don't want to be here, just like you don't want to be here. Man, her attitude is stinking. That's what my parents would say. You got a stinking ass attitude. That's what she got, a stinker of an attitude. You gotta clean that shit up, sweetie. There's a thing called likability. That shit is not. Look at her. Look at the freeze frame. Ugh. Scoffs. In I'm better than you fashion. Like, come on now.
You heard the testimony of the two neighbors, the boys that lived next to you,
Yes.
and you heard that they were actually questioned. I think the audio. They were audio interviewed. You heard from Detective Copsell. I think it was a couple of days later on the 25th of February, or 27th of February.
Yes.
And you heard their testimony earlier this week,
Yes.
where they hear a kind of a thumping sound starting at the top of the steps, ending at the bottom.
Yes.
Have they got the night wrong?
Yes.
So explain to the jury that.
So it was the night before. Again, I was sleeping, and in the middle of the night with the door barricaded, he came in and ripped me out of the bed. And first got me with one hand, and then got both hands and pulled me completely off of the bed. And then, like a caveman, had my hair like this and was going down the stairwell.
Move out the fucking way, Mr. Lawyer, sir, so we could see the gestures. I want to see the caveman gestures. Was he doing one of those? Was he doing one of those caveman things, or was he approaching you like what Neanderthal behavior was he exhibiting? I want to see it. That's crazy. Like a caveman, everything about her screams that she's better than him. And now, sure, you could not like him, but the fact that you have to focus him, you have to steer him in the direction of fun so that he doesn't become frustrated and break things. What the fuck? Why are you dating him then? Is he your mentally disabled like nephew? Like, what's going on? No, this is no. I hate the way she talks about him. It's so stupid. But anyways, let's do this again.
Caveman had my hair like this and was going down the stairwell.
Hold on, I want the caveman bar.
With both hands.
That shit was a bar. That shit was a bar right there. She was like a caveman. This is the likability that she's farming. She's farming her likability right here.
First got me with one hand, and then got both hands and pulled me completely off of the bed. And then, like a caveman, had my hair like this and was going down the stairwell, taking me with him to come downstairs so I could sit and drink.
Like a gorilla, right? Like a gorilla, or like a wild animal. No, you said like a caveman. I'll just stick with that one.
Do you believe that's the noise that the two neighbor boys heard?
I absolutely do.
And it was just the night before?
Correct.
I was gonna let it slide, but I'm still gonna talk about it. She wants to replace the loud banging, the banging that vibrated the whole house as her being pulled down the stairs. She wants to run with that. The banging that shook the house was her little body getting pulled down the stairs. Let me make sure that's what she's saying.
And was going down the stairwell, taking me with him to come downstairs so I could sit and drink with him.
Do you believe that's the noise that the two neighbor boys heard?
The two neighbor boys. I love the verbiage too. The two neighbor boys. They're not men. They're not like 30 on the stand, which would have made them like 25 or 24. I guess you could call them boys. All right, I guess you could call them boys. The two, but that's what the neighbor boys heard, right? It wasn't somebody getting flung down the stairs with momentum in a fucking suitcase sled. No, it was you getting dragged down the stairs. That makes sense. So, okay.
Absolutely do.
And it was just the night before.
Correct.
Now that we got the story straight, we just needed to get the story straight. Now we get it.
Now, some of the time when this abuse occurred,
What's
you
up,
called the
Sonia?
police.
Yes.
And other times the police were not called.
Correct.
I want to refer to you the first time, I believe, you mentioned the 911 call. I believe that was July 25th of 2018.
Yes.
And that was the incident in which Georgia kicked you in the eye,
Stomped me, yes.
stomped you in the eye. And you had grabbed his neck.
Yes, I was able to get my arms out from him pinning me down with his knees and grab his neck.
So law enforcement came and investigated,
Yes.
and both of you were arrested.
Correct.
Do you recall asking the officer when you were arrested, why am I being arrested?
Many times, yes.
Do you recall asking the officer, why am I being arrested?
Yes.
And do you recall making any other statements to law enforcement as to why?
We saw the video. I don't know if you guys remember watching that video with me, but we saw when she was arrested, she was shit-faced. She needed to go to jail just to keep herself safe, so she didn't drown in vomit or something crazy. She was shit-faced.
You did what you did to George?
That was the first time ever that I actually officially fought back.
Did you tell the officer that you were fighting back?
Yes, because I was in complete shock that I was getting arrested because of it.
Now, on the 2-minute video, the suitcase video, you mentioned to him, I think you said something, I can't breathe. He said, I can't breathe, and you said, that's how I feel when you're choking me. Were you referring
Hold
to...
on. No. I'll say it for you, bro. That was just her trauma response. Her trauma response when he said, baby, I can't breathe. Her trauma response was to just leave him in there and suffocate to death. That's just a trauma response. You can't blame her for that. Battered spouse. Battered spouse. Free her.
To an isolated incident of the night before, 2 nights before, or whatever, or what were you referring to in general?
In general, the more than
What's up,
2 or
Wendy?
3, 4 times that he had done it.
Okay. And then the part about cheating, he didn't physically cheat on you.
No, he did not.
Okay. And just, I don't want to go into a lot of detail, but what are you referring to there?
George was, I believe, addicted to pornography, and a lot of that would be found on my phone from him supposedly wanting to call about job interviews. And as a solution, I sat him down and I explained to him, to me, that's you visualizing yourself with someone else.
God forbid a man have a hobby. Shit. You know what I mean? God forbid a man, you know what I mean? With your crazy ass, he probably needs to jack off a little bit to let some of the pressure out. You got him stressing. Maybe if he had less stress in his life, he would have came to you for the stress reliever. He has to go to the bathroom to cool the fuck off. That shit is crazy. Shit, imagine living with your girlfriend, but you guys still go. It's not because he's not. I mean, he could be. You know what I'm saying? But it's probably because you're not very desirable at the moment. Because you're always shit faced. You're always. It seems to be beating him. You're always a shit show. I mean, shit. Shit is crazy. Air him out. Air him out, why don't you? In front of everybody. Yeah, he was a porn addict. That's why he beat me the fuck up. That's his problem. That was it. That was the issue.
Or at least having a pleasurable moment with someone else or watching other people. And to me, I told him that I considered that cheating on me.
Okay. And so he would download that on your phone?
Yes.
He's actually wild for that. He's actually wild. He's over there hitting the hub. He's over there hitting the videos and shit on his girlfriend's phone. That's actually wild. Maybe he wanted you to find it, Sarah. Maybe that was a hint. Maybe he wanted you to get freaky with him. I don't know. But that's some wild shit right there. Hey, babe, let me borrow your phone real quick. Oh, sure, babe. Watching porn. What the fuck? Like, what the what? How does that? Okay. All right, brother. I mean, shit, whatever floats your boat.
Why did you stay with him? You got to tell the jury.
You thought you could tame him.
Who has ever been in love or...
No. Stop it. You thought that you could tame his, what did you call him? His wild genes. You thought you could focus him. That's why you stayed. You know what I mean? She thought she could tame him. That's what she really wants to say.
When you love someone, or primarily someone or something, you go above and beyond, and you tolerate and you endure and you persevere.
Oh, really?
And you try to make that person as spectacular as you possibly can, no matter the sacrifice that you may have to go through.
Okay.
To serve someone else in a positive light so they can be better people for themselves, and to just make them a happier person. And love is very strong, and love is very deep, and love, I believe, is not fully understood in a lot of ways for how different people react to it. And I very much, deeply, and passionately love George. I love him to this day.
And that's why you let him suffocate in the fucking suitcase, because you loved him and you thought, she's a fixer, man. She's a fix-it. Man, listen, that man was trying to fix you. The way I heard the story, you were more shit-faced than him. At least he could handle his alcoholism. At least he ate food. The whole family said she didn't even eat food. She was just drinking. Shit.
I love him to this day.
Did you not want to be alone?
Yes.
Beginning through my divorce, it was very nice to have him around, and he was a man to me, and I felt
like
protected,
that manly man
and
shit.
he's very nice. And as lame as it sounds, he used to compliment me, and it made my day. So, yes.
During that period of time, when you first started seeing George, would it be fair to say that you had low self-esteem?
Yes.
Yeah, see, no shit. She had low self-esteem. Your boy wanted to just yank it in the bathroom, and she said he was cheating on her. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I figured this out since I was 13. I never knew that I was cheating on every girl I was ever dating. You know what I'm saying? It's my best friend. What are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was cheating on every girl. I apologize. Shit. I thought I was, gonna last longer later on. See, sometimes men are strategic. What if he was doing that so that he could show you the craziest night of your life later on? But see, now you ruined it with jealousy. You ruined it because he was getting the pregame in. See, sometimes you just need to leave it alone. In her head, she's killing this shit. She is killing this shit right now. In her head, she's like, "Yep, this is it. This is the one. This is it." You see that face? She's killing it. You see that little head nod right there? She's like, "Yep, we're killing this shit." They get it. Right, girls? I think there was like 4 women on the jury, 1 man. Right, ladies? You get it right. Piece of shit men. Right, ladies? Am I right? That's what she's thinking in her head. Shit. Man, got me fucked up.
Now, we talked about this previous arrest where you told the officer you were fighting back and you got arrested. Now, I want to talk about your conversations with law enforcement, but first I want to ask you, why did you go to the police station that day when you were interrogated there? We saw the 2-hour video. Tell the jury.
The day of the incident, the detective Copsell gave me her business card with her personal cell phone number on it and said if I happened to remember anything or anything that I would like to add to the day for me to not hesitate to give her a call. So throughout the rest of the evening, something was off. I didn't feel comfortable with what she told me and how she told it to me.
How long were you at the scene?
Gosh, all day. From the moment that they were there to the moment that the coroner's van drove off.
All right, when it ended, did you stay in your home?
No, I raced inside and collected some pajamas.
They took your ass to jail. That's what the fuck they did.
And a toothbrush, and I went over to where my son was at my ex-husband's house.
Did you take the dogs?
Oh, she went to her.
I didn't even feed them. It was so fast.
All right, and then once you got over to your ex-husband's, what happened? Is it released to Detective Copsell?
Something just wasn't sitting right with me, and I had a suspicion that she just wasn't being honest with me, so I took it upon myself.
Sustained.
So you called her. Tell us about that.
I called her and I told her that I felt that she was being dishonest with me. She originally had told me that due to her being pregnant, it would just be a lot easier for her to have me come down to the station to pick up my phone. The original plan was for she and Detective Lowen to return the phone to my apartment. But she said that it would be a lot easier for me to just come down and pick it up because I remember when I was pregnant. That's what she said. You remember when you were pregnant. So I said, I feel that you're tricking me, and I feel that you're being very sneaky about something, and I don't believe that you're being honest with me. And I said, regardless, I'm still going to come.
Sustained.
So you agreed to come, but you understood it was to get your phone?
Correct.
All right, you came that afternoon to the station?
I did.
And the original agreement was they were to come to you?
Correct.
All right. When you got to the station, what happened?
I thought I was just going to be picking up my phone. My car was there. I had everything in my car. It was just a regular, I'm just going to go in, maybe sign something and pick up my phone. And there's people that are over here at the windows, and I thought that I was supposed to go over there to get my phone. And Detective Lowen came down and said that my phone was upstairs. So if I would just...
Stupid fucking bitch. No, your phone's upstairs. Your phone's upstairs. No. I'm pregnant, girl. You know how it is when you're pregnant. Like, you have a kid. I can't just, my back is killing me. Like, I'm just so not in the mood. Just come pick it up. It'll be fine. She said she thought she was going to have to sign something. Oh, so... He says Sarah's definitely punching the air. So I just killed this man. You know, my little pet. I killed my pet. My little My little stupid little angry man, you know. Do I have to sign something? Okay, Sarah Boone. Okay, my phone. Bye. That's how you thought that was gonna go? She said she thought she would just have to sign something. Oh, she had to sign she had to sign a few things. I think she's still signing things up to this day. Under the identification 00117496. That's what she signs it as. Or for the next 20 years, that's what she's finna be doing.
Just to follow him upstairs, that's where my phone was. And then I was taken into I guess it was an interrogation.
Oh my goodness. Oh, do you think? Oh my God. An interrogation room. Am I not getting... The police can't lie to you. This is how Sarah Boone was like. She was like, but you can't lie. That's unconstitutional. The police aren't so... Damn, it's a cold world, ain't it? It's a cold fucking world, ain't it, Sarah? Shit.
And they told me to sit down, and that then I guess the interview or interrogation began, and I just simply kept getting my phone.
Sarah, tell the jury why.
Yes.
She's so mad about that. She look at her. She relived that time. Hold on, let me take a moment. She relived that moment so fiercely in her head. Fiercely. She was like, and I just wanted my phone. And that one, if I just didn't go get my phone, if she said she was gonna bring it, and she didn't, and I had to go, and then they took me up. Every play by play, she's getting hotter and hotter. You could see you see that black underneath her eyes. I don't know if it's black eyeliner or what, but I can feel the darkness just radiating from under her eyes. Just negativity, just radiating in the whole room. The whole room stinks right now. Stinks of that negativity.
You may proceed.
Miss Boone? Miss Boone? Tell the jury why you lied to the police.
That might just be fucking bags. I thought that was black eyeliner. That just might be batteredness. That just might be battery across her face. Who knows?
I lied to the police. Basically everyone, because I was
Naturally
extremely fearful of being arrested. I made the first attempt of me calling 911 by telling them what happened, and I thought they were going to help me, but instead I was arrested for calling 911.
LOL. It's almost like, you know, I just go and I go to a 7-Eleven, pop, just kill somebody, and then I call 911, and I'm like, hey, you know what, bro? It's fucked up. I killed that guy. And then they just took me to jail. And I don't even know. They just took me to jail. Yep. For calling the police. They took me to jail for calling the police. Ain't that some shit? I called the police, and they still took me. Ain't that some shit? I'm never calling the police again. You stupid fuck. You still killed him. What's the difference? Thanks for calling us. Appreciate it.
So you made a decision to lie.
I did.
Did you stay with that lie?
I did.
Are you telling the truth?
Let me back that up. That shit got me fucked up. It's like, do you hear yourself, Sarah?
I was arrested by telling them the first attempt of me calling 911 by telling them what happened. And
So I told them what happened. I put this said man, into said suitcase. He died. And then they arrested me for that. I'll never call the police again. What? Does she live in the real world?
I thought they were going to help me, but instead I was arrested for calling 911.
They did help you. Sarah, they helped you. They helped you.
Made a decision to lie.
I did.
Did you stay with that lie?
I did.
Are you telling the truth today?
I am.
I'm sure she is.
Now, let me take you back to the to this incident.
Some wild shit.
Is it fair to say that when George Torres is sober, he commits no violence against you?
No.
Is that fair to say?
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Is it fair to say that every time that he's intoxicated or every time that you're hit by him or harmed by him, it's when he's intoxicated?
Yes.
As a result,
She's irritated. She didn't get her Starbucks this morning. She didn't get her caffeine. She didn't smoke her joint. I don't know, but she is so irritated. It's like, why are you so mad? Bitch, you got yourself here. Really, why are you so irritated with us? We're on jury duty because of you. Shit. Why are you irritated? You smell something? What's wrong, Sarah? Just yes. Yes, he would hit me when he was drunk. Oh, I would want to see you when you're drunk. Oh, wait, never mind. We've seen plenty body cam of you drunk. We know exactly how you are.
when he's drinking, does it change your outlook?
Yes.
Could you explain that to the jury?
I'm always fearful, paranoia.
Why?
Because I try to protect and defend myself for fear something happens at the last ultimate second.
But you're always that way, fearful. Is it because of these prior incidences?
Absolutely.
Is incidences a word?
Do you try to placate it?
All the time.
What do you mean?
With the puzzles and the painting and feeding the ducks across the way at the pond, listening to music, trying to go for a walk on the trail, anything that I possibly can. I told you I was running out of things to entertain him with.
Why do you think, George, what bothers him?
Objection, false speculation. Sustained.
Well, if my girl told me, hey, let's go feed some ducks by the pond, I'd be like, are you high? Did you smoke without me? You want to feed ducks by the pond? You must have smoked without me. The fuck is going on? The fuck?
Does he tell you?
Objection, calls for hearsay. Sustained.
As a result of how he behaves towards you in that intoxicated state, how were you feeling the night of this event?
Objection has to be answered. Overruled.
Extremely nervous, anxiety galore, just, I can never relax.
When he's drinking.
Yes.
And the state of intoxication that he was at the time of this event, is that the state that scares you the most?
It's the tone, yes.
So she's trying to say he becomes this wild wrecking ball once he starts drinking, and she has to steer him in the right direction or else he'll just crash out and start breaking things like Mr. Donkey Kong or some shit. That's bullshit, bro. And I know the angry drunk. I know it. And I mean, he's a smaller dude. He probably has that Napoleon complex situation going on with him. You know, possibility. Like to put your hands on women because it makes you feel strong type shit. I don't know. I'm just saying. Even if all that was going on, come on. You're not over there facilitating activities. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I took him to the pond. No, you were right over there participating. That's what you were doing. Playing game. She's so hard on the games and the puzzles. Like she's just the one full of tranquility. she's so full of just peace and love and just purity. No. That's why she stresses the games and shit, because that's the fakest thing about her story. The music, the games, the duck walks, all bullshit that you can't really confirm. Right? The one thing that you can't really confirm. Oh yeah, we went fucking butterfly watching together all the time. You know, we can't confirm that bullshit. That's what she's trying to do. Anyways, anyway.
There's a lot of alarms and red flags that go on throughout the day or night or whenever it is that we are drinking.
Objection, non-responsive.
Sustained. Tell us about that. How that heightens, does that heighten your sense of safety?
At all times.
But especially when he's drinking?
Oh yes, all the time.
And then his mood?
Yes, it depends on what mood he's in that day.
Well, do you have like a sixth sense of how he's doing?
Yes, I knew George very well.
Objection, non-responsive. Yes or no?
Sustained.
Can you tell us what you mean by that? Sixth
I
sense.
like how the defense, they kind of throw out these little objections. The judge lets everything go because he already knows that this shit is so dog shit. Listen, the judge is sustained. Just ask it another way. Overruled. The judge just is like, go shoot your questions off. Fire away. Prosecution. Shut up. Shh. Just let them go.
Sense, or knew him very well.
I guess you could say that I was trained by fear with him. Just, it wasn't fun anymore when we would drink and we would hang out on the back porch. It wasn't fun anymore because I knew inevitably that something was going to happen to me, one way or another.
Miss Boone, you know, those bruises that we saw of him, they look pretty deep. Tell the jury what you were thinking.
From the bat,
Yes.
I didn't want to die that night.
Well, leave the fucking house. His hands are emerging. That means it's going to take him a good 35 seconds to really get himself up out of that suitcase. Poke him again with the bat. Sure. Swat his hand again. Don't re-zip the suitcase. Leave. Give him a good smack. Boop. And then run away. So he's recovering. You know, for a good fucking... Now you gave yourself a minute and a half before he really gets up to you. By then, your little simp-ass ex-husband, can come pick you up and you could get tucked in nice and warm in his guest room bedroom. You wanted him in there. Didn't want to die that night. I didn't want to die that night. You could have left.
I can't describe it to you. It's terrifying love to a certain degree, where my plan was to show him the next day, and just I wanted him to be better and treat me nicer and be the person that he was when I originally met him, and I knew that was in him still. I knew that it could be found, and I just couldn't figure out what it was that I was doing wrong in order for it to not.
The suitcase, she couldn't. The suitcase was the missing piece right there. I'm sure he's gotten it together in his other situation he's got going, but not in this world. The suitcase was the missing piece, right? There's something missing. It was that suitcase. That was the missing link.
Be back to where that was, and I was tired of living in fear and just sick all the time of figuring out how I can entertain him so I don't die, and continue a relationship with my son and try to live a normal life. That wasn't a normal life for me, and just I bottom line is I didn't want to die. I would have died, or I would have been disfigured or maimed, or if it weren't me with the bat, it would have been him if he were to have gotten out.
all.
Any cross-examination?
She got what she wanted off her chest. Now you feel better, right, Sarah? Now you get to go to jail. She got to finally tell her story. She just wanted the world to hear that bullshit, pathetic, garbage ass story and feel sorry for her. And not a single she thought she was gonna get a round of applause. Everybody was gonna be like, what a strong fucking woman. No, Sarah. It took her 5-some years to give us that. That's what she, and you know what? It's the same thing we heard in her interrogation video. That's what she wanted to tell the jury. Took her that long. That's what she wanted to tell them.